Hey guys, good morning and happy Monday. Thanks so much for taking some time out of your schedule and certainly probably a busy week to hang out with me. We are going to be spending some time in this free webinar where I'm going to talk to you about different ways to make money when you aren't even working. Like, how great is that? I know we could all use more money and probably a little bit more rest. So I want to talk in this webinar and teach you some simple ways to do that, where you can actually build your business, scale your business, and make more money when you aren't even working. That's called residual income or passive income, where money's rolling in even if you're in yoga class or taking your kids to the playground or sleeping. Like, imagine that. So I'm really excited about this, and we're going to dive into how to do that. Now, first I want to thank you guys, because if you're watching this video, then it means that you are a member of our business boutique community. Now, guys, we launched this just over a year ago, and we already have over 10,000 members, and that's a really big deal because you guys have made this a success. Now, I don't know if you've noticed this, hopefully you have, but over the last couple months, we have had a facelift, a complete overhaul, redesign, fixer-upper style like Joanna Gaines and Chip Gaines of the whole community, where now hopefully you are getting more use out of it than ever before. We have designed this so that this is kind of like your own little social media. Like, it's kind of like this circle of trust of social media where you can post updates, get help, but it's not going to be, your Aunt Agnes telling you how to run your business. You've got awesome women that are on the same journey that you are in this circle of trust, that are in your corner and cheering you on and giving you virtual high fives to give you advice and resources and tips and tools to give you that motivation that you need to stay plugged in and reach your goals. And so I'm so excited you're a part of our community. I just want to say thank you for trusting us, for signing up, for becoming a part of it. And hopefully you're getting what you need out of it. If you need any more from us, please let us know, because our team would love to reach out to you and help you. We want this to be a place where you stay encouraged. It actually made me think of just this morning. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm always up to shenanigans on Insta Story. But I started this morning where I woke up at 4 a.m. to go work out. Now, I don't normally do that. Let me start by saying this. I don't normally do that. But I have a membership to the YMCA. And with 2 kids at home that are babies, and with a job where I'm constantly just on and talking to people, I never get to be alone. Like, I love people, but everyone needs to be alone sometimes. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to wake up early and go work out. And just the idea to get to be alone and be in my house with some peace and quiet was so motivating. I had no problem getting up at 4. So I got up and went and worked out. And I thought, man, I haven't been to the Y in months, which is terrible because I pay for the membership. But I hadn't been in months. And I thought, why do I not go? Because I could do the workout at my house. Like, I could run around my neighborhood. I have hand weights that I could lift at my house. I did essentially at the gym what I could do at home. And so that's what keeps me from going all the time. Because I'm like, oh, well, I'll just do it at the house. But I don't, do I? No, I don't actually do those workouts at my house. And so there was something so motivating to me to walk in the doors of the gym, to see all these people on a Monday morning at 5 a.m. on the treadmills and the machines, and the music's going and the fans are going and they're lifting weights, and the big sweaty guys are dropping the weights so loud, making a big scene, and there's just all this activity. And y'all, it was so motivating. It was so inspiring and pushed me to get on the treadmill and bust it and go over to the weights section and bust it. And it was those people that helped me reach my goal. And that's why that community was so important to me. It's not that I can't do those things at home. I can do them at home by myself, but I won't. And that's exactly why we created the community for you, is for you to have that place where you go and you're supported and you're encouraged and you're inspired and you're seeing people doing their thing, and it gives you that motivation to do your thing. So thanks so much for being a part of our community. We want that to be that same boost for you that the YMCA was for me. Now, the real question is, can I just stick with it? I'm hoping so. I'm planning to go tomorrow. So I'll keep you guys, I'll report back tomorrow morning. If you don't see an Insta story for me at 5, you'll know that I fell off the wagon. But hopefully I won't, because those people are pretty motivating for me to get out of the house and reach those goals. So we really want this to be a safe place for you, where you can get what you need from other women that get what it's like to be in your shoes. So as you know, in the Business Boutique, we are equipping women to make money doing what they love. So making money is a big focus of this webinar today. I really want to help you figure out different ways, new ways, additional ways for you to make more money this summer. And so I want to talk about that. I want to talk to you about how you can create residual income in your business or passive income in your business. And the whole idea behind this is so that you can make money when you aren't even working. Now, when you get started, whether you're a product-based business or a service-based business, the truth is, and even at every level of business, but especially when you're starting, making money is hard. Like, it's really hard to kind of get that going, get the demand up, figure out the pricing and the profitability and paying yourself and all that good stuff. So I want to help you with that. And if you're in a product-based business, then making money can be a struggle because it's your income is totally based upon what you're making. Now, unless you are, let's say you're buying something at wholesale and reselling it as a retailer, that's a little bit different. But if you make your products, which many of you do, if you have handmade goods, you make frames, or you sew dresses, or you sew quilts, or you make mineral makeup, whatever you create, then your ability to make money is totally dependent upon your time making those things. So if you want to make more money, you've got to sit behind the sewing machine and sew more dresses, as an example. If you're in the service-based business, then your ability to make money is based upon your time spent with a customer. So if you do tutoring or swim lessons or accounting services or graphic design or web programming, your time spent on that person or that project is where your money comes from. And so it's really difficult to make more money unless you just spend more time. And so I want to help you get out of this mindset that the only way to make more money is to spend more time. Because let's be honest, we've got a lot of stuff, we don't have a lot of time. And so I don't want you to spend more time. Today is all about how to make more money and not spend more time. And so let's talk about what that might look like. Now, first, I want to help explain really quickly why you would want residual income or passive income. I feel like maybe the explanation of like make money when you aren't even working is clear enough, but just in case, I want to talk about the business side of this, okay? When you create residual or passive income in your business as a part of your cash flow and your business model, when you begin to think outside the box of time with customer or time creating product, and you think beyond that, then it allows you to do several things. Number one, it allows you to scale. So you can actually help more people than you're able to help when you stay in this traditional model that you started with of just time spent with customer, time spent creating product. And so I'll give you a great example. In the early years of me in the business boutique, well, actually, really up until this year. So for a year and a half of me in the business boutique, and certainly years before that, I am, as a Ramsey personality, this is just behind the scenes, me being honest with you guys, but I am completely commission based. So all income that I make for my family to provide for my kids and, pay for daycare, all that kind of stuff is based on the commission that I earn from what I produce. So if I work really hard, I can earn a lot of money. And if I don't work really hard, my kids are not going to be eating very much. And so I'm totally commission-based, which is very entrepreneurial. It's very much how our entire company is kind of built. Most people in the building are on some form of commission. Well, up until this year, I didn't have any products. Like Christy Wright and Business Boutique didn't have any products. All that I did was speak. So that meant that any money that I earned was totally dependent upon me being on the road, away from my family, on stages, speaking. Now that's not bad. I love to speak. But if I wanted to make more money to save for a vacation, or if I wanted to make more money to save up to replace our family car or something like that to help support, my husband and I working on these goals together, that meant I had to be away more. I had to be on stages more. I had to take more speaking events, and I had to travel more. And if you're like me, then that's kind of perpendicular to what my goals are. I want to be home more, actually. I want to be with my kids more. I want to be more present for them in this crazy baby stage that they're in. It's fun, but crazy. So everything about that season was dependent upon my time on stages, whereas now I have a book. Now, granted, I worked my butt off last year to write that book, like no doubt about it. I busted it while I was very pregnant to write that book. But now I'm hanging out with you guys and that book will still sell. Or I'm going to go on vacation in a week, hands to heaven, go on vacation in a week. I've been counting down to this. But when I'm on the beach with my husband, that book's still going to sell because of the work I did on the front end. That creates residual income or passive income. For the rest of my life, as that book sells, I will get a commission on that book. And that is the way really smart businesses are built. If you're a business owner, it's a very smart decision for you to begin to look into the future and find ways to scale your business, help more people, and make more money without you spending more time continuously. Now, granted, I spent that startup time writing the book, But it doesn't mean that every single time I help a person, I have to write a book or I have to be on stage. And if you look at it this way, I've spoken over the last, let me give you some numbers. I'm making this up on the spot here from memory, so they may not be totally accurate. We have done, before this year, before 2017, so in 15 and 16 alone, we have done we have done events that about 7,000 people have attended. So about 7,000 people have attended a business boutique event before this year, okay? So that means that we were able to help 7,000 people. The business boutique book has sold over 50,000 copies to date. You know what that means? We've been able to help a lot more people. There are a lot of women that have this book in their homes, in their hands, in their home office, on their desk, that they're getting helped from this information that we believe in deeply because we did a different business model of a product that can get into their homes and help them longer term. So it's a way for you to scale. So I can only help the people I'm in front of at an event, or I can create a product that can get into a lot of homes and scale over time. So that's why residual income is so important. You don't think about it for the money. The money is certainly a great result, but the why behind it is to help more people. The why is to scale your business so that you can grow beyond yourself and make more of an impact as you become more in high demand. Your time is limited. So you're going to have to find a way to scale and be able to look at that new model if you want to do that. Otherwise, the only way if you keep thinking this old way of, I've just got to be on more stages, I've got to sit behind the sewing machine more hours, I've got to have more blocks of time for appointments in my calendar, you're going to stay in this old business model, and there's still going to be a limit to your energy, your time, and your ability to help people. So this is a way for you to think outside that box, help more people, and as a result, you'll make more money as well. It also allows you to make more money in less time because you have this startup time that's invested, but over the course of time, it's not every single time you're sitting down at the computer or at the sewing machine, and over a longer period of time. So if you want to take a vacation, it's not like all supply drops off. That book is still selling if you write a book, or that class is still selling if you do a class, those types of things. So I want you to realize that what you're setting up today, while it will take some work on the front end, like writing that book did, it allows you freedom in the future for vacations, for being sick, for downtimes, for Christmas, for whatever you want to do, where those things can still sell, they can still help people, and they can still make money. I'll give you another example. The podcast isn't something obviously we make money from, but I recorded that podcast. I spent a lot of time last summer recording the podcast that then aired all throughout maternity leave. So even though we weren't making direct money from that, that was a upfront investment of my time to bust it and record a lot. And then when I was on maternity leave, I was at home with 2 babies trying to survive, and you guys were still getting podcasts every 2 weeks. So we were able to help people over time for a longer period of time, even though I was able to take a break and be mom. So it's a really wise business model here for you to begin to think outside the box of time spent with customer or time spent creating a product, and look at models where you can create multiple streams of or residual income, multiple streams of income, and passive income. So let's talk about some ideas, okay? Again, really quickly, I'm going to do a Q&A at the end of this. So if you have questions, feel free to send them in our chat. Our team should be in there interacting with you guys and answering questions already. But if you are not sure about how this applies to your business, feel free to ask some of those questions, and I'll do a question and answer session at the end. I will get to as many as I can that we have time for. But let's quickly talk about some different streams of income, some different things that you could create. Okay. Number one, an ebook or a book. It's really easy to self-publish now because so many people are doing it. You can do this on Amazon. There are other platforms that you can use. This is something where if you have something to say, you either have a message in your heart, you have a particular type of knowledge that you want to give out, a certain burning passion in you to teach on some topic, an ebook or a book is a great way to do that. I want to quickly go ahead and bust a myth that you may be thinking. You may think, I want to be a writer, but I don't know how to do that. I want to be a writer, but I don't know how I become a writer. And so I'm going to tell you what my friend Jeff Goins famously says, and I love this guy. He's so smart. He teaches people how to be great writers. He says, you don't want to be a writer. You are a writer. So write. All you have to do is start acting like it. All you have to do is write. Now, that's not to say you don't need help with the editing. You don't need help with the copy editing or the organization of your chapters, that type of thing. But if you have knowledge, all you have to do is sit down at the computer and write. Like I said for years, I'm not a writer. And it took me having this aha moment of like, why do I keep saying that? And someone actually in a coaching session with me where I was being coached by someone, I said to them, and it was kind of this aha moment where I said, yeah, well, I can't do that because I'm not a good writer. And he used a very powerful coaching technique, which is silence. And he just let those words hang in the air. And so I said to him, yeah, I mean, I couldn't do that because I'm not a good writer. Silence. And I said, well, that sounds ridiculous now that I say it out loud. And now years later, I have a real book, but sometimes we just stay limited in our beliefs about ourselves and our abilities. You don't know if you are a bad writer. Sometimes it just takes sitting down and developing that skill like anything else. You didn't learn how to ride a bike overnight. It was just something that you developed over time. And so writing is the same thing. It's a muscle you can build, and you can certainly be coached and helped. But an ebook is a great way to get your message or your heart or your knowledge out to the world, help more people, and create that residual income. Another option would be to teach a class, and then you can even record it and sell it. So I know of a lot of influencers that do this, and I won't name names because I don't want to give away like their secrets. We've actually never done this here, but here's what it would look like. Let's say, for example, you offer a class and you have people sign up and pay for the class, but then you record it. You record the video. So you teach the class, you record the video, and you have now sold the class series to that group of people. They paid to be in your class, okay? But then because you recorded it, 3 months later, you relaunch the class. You don't do anything. You just repost the videos. Okay? So unless there's a real customized component to it, the class is the class. They take the class, they learn the curriculum from you, but they don't know they're not live. And so that's a technique, just so you know, that many, many people do. It's a great way to teach something once and continue to use it, continue to help people, because the curriculum's the same. You would teach the same thing. You would be telling them the same thing, but you're not doing the work over and over and over again. You're not reinventing the wheel. You did the work once, like writing a book, and then you allow that class to sell. You repost, have people re-sign up, and every 3 months or 6 months, you relaunch the class and have a new class go through. It would be like the equivalent of how you do it with a book. I don't rewrite the book every time I sell one. I wrote it once, and then we just sell it to whoever wants to buy it. Same model with the class. So you would teach a class once on something you know how to do in your area of expertise, and then you record it and sell it many different times. You can also sell designs. So if you are a seamstress, you can sell your designs, your templates. Maybe you sew dresses, you can sell those designs. And then again, you may have time behind the sewing machine, but then those templates for all the DIYers out there, those designs are being sold and they're creating an extra flow of income into your business. Really common for this to happen with invitations. So graphic designers on Etsy, they'll create Christmas cards and invitations and that type of thing, and they just sell them. They may have to plug in someone's name, but those continue to sell with very little work. They continue to sell. Art would be another example. Another one would be you can sell templates. So I actually work with a lot of women in Business Boutique that they want to do similar to what we're doing, which is awesome. I think that's great. So let's say your niche is social media and you do social media for small businesses, then maybe you have social media scheduling templates or social media hacks or some type of template, email marketing template that you could sell. These are resources and templates that you can sell that would be a stream of income in your business. You create it once, it continues to sell. You can also sell programs. So this is similar to a class, but it would just be a different type of industry, a different model. This is a little personal, but we're all moms here, right? I suffer from something very common to women postpartum, which is diastasis recti, where your abs separate. So I've been working with a personal trainer to help get my core, just my stomach, everything back, so I don't have back pain, so I can lift my 40-pound, 2-year-old or 25-pound 9-month-old. So I just have this stability in my life and my core, and it's something that there are a few specialists work on? Well, this one woman I'm working with, her name's Celeste, and she has been working with me. She has programs where she can come in person, which is what she's been doing with me because she lives here locally. But she has a program you can buy online where she has videos, and you buy the program to heal your diastasis recti for moms that have struggled with this. Here's the exercises you do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and so on. And that's her specialty, and that's a program that she sells. So you pay, $300, and you get access to her 9-week program or 6-week program or whatever it is. And so you can create a program if you're in a certain type of industry where people go through your program step by step, and you sell that program and they buy the videos or download them or download the workbook or the notes or whatever that looks similar to a class, but it's more of a program than a class depending on your type of industry. If you're these are more specifics, but if you are a photographer, then selling photos. Many people think, oh, I'm a photographer, all I do are photo sessions like babies and maternity and weddings and that type of thing, which is great. But you could actually take stock photos and sell those stock photos, similar to art. If you created a piece of art and you wanted to have those be printables, you can sell that, and that's a source of residual income for you. And then the last two that I'm sure you have heard about this before, but I wanted to touch on it. Very, very common to do, can be difficult to make money, are advertising and affiliate marketing. Those are certainly the most common. I will say this. If you have a good base, you have a lot of views on your website, you have high demand, you have a decent platform, those are great ways. Advertising, you can get advertising through YouTube, which you're watching right now. You could get it through Google AdSense. Like, there are a bazillion methods and ways for you to monetize the eyeballs that come to your website or the eyeballs that come to your YouTube channel. You can monetize that through advertising. That is just something where if you don't have any views and you're just getting started, that can be discouraging. You're not going to be able to demand very much money for advertising dollars because you don't have a lot of views. Same thing with affiliate marketing. There are things like ClickBank. There are different ways for you to use affiliate marketing where, you talk about a product on your website, and if someone clicks on that link and they buy it, you get a cut of that. That can be great. You can actually get some good percentages there. The only thing is, again, you have to have the views. If you have a brand new blog and 2 people come to it and it's your mom and your sister, you're not going to make a lot of dollars there in your affiliate marketing. So I just want to set your expectation there. It's not a bad idea, but it's more for platforms that have been built up. That is not the primary source of income for people starting out because it's very, very hard to get that off the ground. Usually you get started with a blog, but you have other things you're doing to generate revenue through products and services, that type of thing. And then once you have a platform, you begin to look at advertising. We don't do any, just this. I love showing you guys like behind the scene of Business Boutique of how we do stuff. We don't do any of this right now. We're looking into, we have sponsors, but we don't have any like affiliate advertising. And if you guys remember, I was at a Business Boutique one day event in California, I think this last spring. And I wore these shoes, and they're Kate Spade. We got them at wholesale. They're like $140, but they're tweed, and they're rainbow tweed, which sounds horrific. And if you saw them on the shelf, you would think they're horrific. And then you put them on and magic happens to your feet. Okay. The heel is gold glitter with rainbow tweed shoes. So if you could imagine anything more gaudy, like this takes the cake. But for some reason, when you put them on, they're just amazing. They make you feel amazing, and they make every outfit cuter. So anyway, I wore these on stage, and y'all, I don't know if anyone there heard or understood anything I talked about because all anybody wanted to know about were those shoes. So I did an Insta story about it because everybody was asking, had to know where the shoes were from. So I told them where the shoes were from. I was thinking, I wonder how many shoes they sold that day. Like, I totally should have called that company and somehow got a cut of that because everyone bought those shoes because they're so cute. So if you have a platform and it's something where you have products you love that you can't wait to talk about because you genuinely love them, you absolutely can get a cut of that for spreading the word and spreading products you love. That's not a bad thing. That's a really smart thing. You're helping the company, you're helping your customers, and you're helping yourself. So win-win-win. But you have to have a pretty decent platform for that to work for you. So let's do a quick recap here. Ebook or book, a class that you record and sell. You can sell designs, templates, programs, videos, photos. You can do a video training. That's a little bit different than a class that you record and sell. Instead, you would actually just record a training for the purpose of continually selling that, where people can download it, or it can be a live join the class. So like, here's my 9-week program. We launch on this day and you join the class, or You can download it, kind of like Financial Peace University at your house. You would do the program at your own schedule, and you get access to that training. And then, of course, advertising and affiliate marketing. So those are all just the more common ways for you to create residual income in your business. And like I said, y'all, if you've been starting out and you've been in this business model box of I've just got to help more people or I've just got to spend more time, that's not a bad thing. But I want to encourage you that residual income could be the solution for you to make more money and reach your goals without spending more time. Now, of course, I didn't mention this because it's not really the focus of our webinar today, but you can scale and help more people if you hire. You can hire people on your team to help you. But I do want to point out, over 90% of women-owned businesses don't have team members. That's not because they can't have them. Many don't want them. I actually have a video in our academy in the video training on when to hire, how you know it's the right time to hire. And the truth is you don't need to hire just because you need help. There are some other things I want you to think through on whether or not it's the right time to hire. But if you don't want to hire, or it's not the right time for you to hire, residual income is a great way for you to help more people and make more money without hiring and without spending more time. So I hope that helps you guys, because this is something that if you start to work on a few of these things, you can start generating some income. And it may be small at first, but over time it builds. And then you have this steady base where you're able to take your foot off the gas or take a vacation or have a sick day and it not feel like the whole business suffers. Now, I do want to point out that this is just a flyby. Like this is, I know we've been going 25 minutes here and we've been going fast. So hopefully you guys have been taking notes and I see some questions coming in, which I'll get to in a second. But the truth is, I really want to help you more than this. I want to help you more than I can cover in 25 minutes in a quick webinar on a Monday morning when you're probably multitasking right now, because I've been there. I get it. You're busy. But the truth is there are so many things that I can help you with if I get in your business on a more personal level. And so that's what I want to do. I want to actually get in your business with you on the ground level of the day-to-day, understand what your business is, what your industry is, what you're doing, what your unique needs are. And I'll tell you, that is why I'm so excited about the Business Boutique Academy. Now, you guys are community members. And like I said, we have over 10,000 women that are members of the community. But we just launched the Business Boutique Academy, where if you upgrade your membership to the Academy membership, you have access to so many tools and resources that can help your business like never before. So let's talk about a couple things that I'm doing with you in the Academy. For one, I'm giving you a customized coaching report. Now, here's what I mean by that. We have something called the Business Health Check. If you're logged into your community, you'll see this at the top. It says Business Health Check. This is a customized assessment where we show you, you get your customized report, the strengths and weaknesses. So what that does is it helps me understand where to direct you, because every person watching right now is going to have different needs. You're going to have different strengths and different weaknesses. So my advice to you is going to be different. So what you do is you answer 25 questions. If you've ever taken like a Myers-Briggs assessment or a personality assessment like DISC or something like that, Strengths Finders, you answer the questions and then you get a customized report just for you based on your answers. That's what this is for your business. There's nothing else out there like this. Like y'all, our team created this for you based on years of research. And so you answer these questions, you get a customized report showing you what your score is in all the most important areas of your business, which are money management, which we're talking about, time management, operations, and marketing and sales, marketing and selling. And so we show you this customized report, but then I've written this out, and there are hundreds of different variables here that are our criteria. Our development team is brilliant, by the way. They programmed it so based on your report, you get certain pieces of advice on coaching on what to do next. So, hey, you're really, really strong here, but you're weak here. So here's what you need to do to improve these weaknesses to improve your score. So the Business Health Check is an awesome way for you to know where you are and what you need to do next. You get to-do list items every single time you take this every single month, and you want to do it on an ongoing basis to see where you're improving. And then also, we have the video training library. So again, if you're logged in the community, you can see this at the top. You guys can watch the intro video for each of the tiers, but we're adding new videos every single week. So right now, there are 35 videos, and these are anywhere from 10 to 20 to 25 minutes, and they're deep dives on topics that you tell us that you need help with. So I've got one coming up next week on hiring, when and how to hire. In a couple weeks, there's a video coming out that is step-by-step how to build your email list from scratch. Like this goes into much deeper level than even the book does. And so what's so great about the Academy is I can continually teach you and coach you and get in your business with you. Like the book I wrote last summer, which is awesome, and that gives you the baseline plan, but this is ongoing. This is me locking arms with you and walking with you step by step from the business health check to the video training library, getting in your business with you. But then the best part is this. You know, we've been talking about growing and scaling, and I don't have the ability to scale my coaching one-on-one. I don't do one-on-one coaching at all anymore as much as I love it. So what we've decided to do is that is going to be a benefit to Academy members. As a part of your Academy membership, you get free coaching calls with me every single month. Live video calls. I'm going to do one per month for Academy members. And so you get to join the group. You get to ask your questions. I'm answering your questions. And this is a small group that's showing up. So I'm able to get in your business with you, and we can kind of get into this deep dive and understand exactly where you are and exactly what you need. So coaching sessions with me is an awesome benefit because it's the only place that I do it, again, to be able to scale and help more people as a benefit to Academy membership. Now, one of the things I do want you to know is tomorrow is our very first coaching session for Academy members, and it's at 12:30 Central Time. So if you want to join that session, which I would love for you to do that, you can actually join the Academy today. You can join it anytime this week, but if you want to join that coaching session tomorrow, the very first one, join the Academy this week and tonight specifically to meet that one. So here's how you do it. You are already a community member, which means when you log in, you have a profile. You already have a membership. All you need to do is upgrade. If you click on Video Training Library, there's a way to do it there. If you click on Business Health Check, there's a way to do it there. If you go to your picture and you have your drop-down menu in the top right of your screen, the very bottom one says Join the Academy. So as a community member, you don't get access to the stuff because the community is free, and Academy is a paid membership because we want to give you all this value. So let me quickly tell you about the pricing because I know that's what you're thinking. This membership is $30 a month or $300 a year. So if you pay for the year in advance, you get 2 months free. But I want to give you a specific code just for you as a benefit to say thank you for being a member of our community. Thank you for being a part of our, our community that we started a year ago. And now we want to give you a great code and a great promo to be able to give you a discount. So if you use the code community, because you're a community member, so if you join the Academy this week and you use the code community, you get $10 off your first month or $30 off your first year. So let's break this down in math, y'all. If you were to use the code community and buy the year in advance, you get 3 months free. So that averages out to be $25 a month. For most of you, that's like selling one product or helping one half of one customer. Like you could cover this in your business usually pretty easily. And for that, you get your business health check every month, access to our full video training library with new videos and new trainings every single week, and coaching with me every single month. Oh, and we have this planning center too, where you keep all your notes and your workbook and stuff organized. Like y'all, this place is amazing. And our team has been busting it for the last 9 months to build this for you. I'll tell you, I'm so excited about this because I've seen the results. Like I have seen the success stories coming in of women telling me they're reaching their goals. They're making more money than they ever have before. They're quitting their full-time job that they hate and coming home to get to have more time and more flexibility with their kids and spend more time doing things that they love to do. So I'm really excited about this specifically for you because you're already a community member. And now with this discount, like y'all, $25 a month, like that is a steal for what you're getting. So if you want to do that, you can go to businessboutique.com/academy or log into your community membership. And again, you can upgrade. So you upgrade to your Academy membership. You can do that through your menu under your face where your profile picture is, or under Video Training Library or Business Health Check. You'll see several spots in there where it's like upgrade to Academy membership, and that's what you want to do to take advantage of this offer. You use the code community to get that discount. So you get $10 off your first month if you just want to try it out, or if you pay for the year in advance, you get $30 off your first year, and you already get a savings for the year. So you're literally paying for 9 months but getting 12. You're paying $270 instead of $360, and that averages out to be $25 a month. So y'all, I can tell you, of all the things I'm excited about, this is what I'm most excited about because I can get in your business with you. I know that we can make an impact when we can give you customized tips and advice and coaching based on where you are. So go to businessboutique.com/academy or upgrade your membership within the community. And if you have any questions, our team is willing to answer and happy to chat with you there. I do want to tell you this code is only good through the end of this week. So if you want to take advantage of this offer specifically for you, my community members, to say thank you, it's good through this week only. So be sure to sign up this week. But again, tomorrow's the coaching session, our very first one. And it's a small group. Again, like we've got 10,000 community members, but we're kind of keeping this intimate in the academy. This is this group that I'm going to work with hands-on. So be sure to take advantage of that tonight so that you can join our coaching session tomorrow and I can answer your specific questions. So now, speaking of questions, I'm going to answer your questions now. We've got about 20 minutes, so I would love to talk to you a little bit about your unique questions, and I'm going to go as quick as I can to get through as many as I can. So feel free to send those in. Okay, we've got a question here from Jen. How can I create passive income when I'm service-based? Well, Jen, it's the same idea. So what is your service around? If it's around fitness, that's your service. Let's say you're a fitness coach, then all of those ideas I covered apply to you, but around fitness. So it'd be a book on fitness or a class on fitness or a program on fitness, just something to do with what you're doing. If it's organizing, it would be a book on organizing or a class or a tutorial, and here's a program to get your whole house organized in 9 weeks. I mean, like, Jen, I would do that. My house is a struggle right now. Like if you said, buy this 9-week program and I'll take you room by room in your house, hacks and tips and tricks to get everything organized in X amount of hours a week. Like you make your value proposition very clear of here's what you commit this time and this money and here's what you're going to get. You commit 9 weeks and $300 and you're going to have your whole house organized in 1 hour, 2 hours a week, something like that. So that's something where it just needs to be around your area of expertise. So great question. All right, Stephanie says, I run a fully online business, graphic design print, via Etsy and standalone site. I use social media and have started a blog. Is there anything else I could be doing to drive traffic to my business? Yes, Stephanie. So one of the things that I would encourage you to do, two things. Just kidding. I just made it two. Two things I would encourage you to do. One, incentivize referrals and word of mouth marketing. So if you have a client base of people that buy from you that are happy with your graphic designs, your prints, whatever you're doing, be sure that you encourage them to spread the word for you. So say, share your print or your invitation or your artwork, whatever, on social media and get 20% off your next order, or refer 5 friends and get 20% off your next order, or a $5 coupon, or I'm making all this up, but you can make it apply to your business. So activate your tribe, activate your customer base to get them to spread the word for you. So that's one thing you can be doing for sure. The second thing that you can do is I would continually thank your current customers, which in turn will actually get them talking about you. Thank them and take care of them. And what I mean by that is, specifically on Etsy, for example, several years ago, I got a Christmas card for my husband and myself and my dog. And I had this idea of the design I wanted, so I picked the one from the designer, and then I made some changes, and we worked back and forth. But she was so easy to work with, and she did such a great job. She super served me in all of our email and interactions that now, every single Christmas, when I need a Christmas card, I don't scroll through Etsy looking for all the designs. I go right back to her. I pay $5 more, and I get a custom listing every single year. Because why? Because it's easier for me to know who I'm working with, know they're going to do a good job and they're going to take care of me and they're going to be nice about it, than to go sift through all of the bazillion people on Etsy. Now, you can take that and use that in your business. How can you super serve your customers? You send them a thank you note or a thank you email and remind them, hey, Mother's Day's coming up. Would you like to have a special e-card for mom? Or take your spring pictures and turn them into Easter cards or Christmas cards or birthday cards or shower invitations. Like, continually talk to your customer base. Continually keep yourself front of mind for them and super serve them and take care of them. Remind them, hey, I've got custom listings if you've got something in mind, or send me your design and I'll try to, get something close to it or whatever. If you continually work with them, they're going to treat you like I treat my design girl for Christmas invitations. It makes it easy on the customer because they'd rather come to you and be taken care of and know you're going to do a good job than they would just finding a design. And so everything you do, and this is true for all of you, everything you do in your business should make it easy on the customer. It should make it easy on them to buy from you. And they're thinking, keep in mind, especially in graphic design, if you're doing invitations or that type of thing, when a mom comes to Etsy, like she's tired. She just needs Christmas cards. Like, she doesn't even really want to do Christmas cards. She just feels like she needs to do Christmas card, and she wants the end result of people texting her that they loved her Christmas card, but she don't want to sit down and really design Christmas cards. So like, get in her head and make it so easy on her. Send out emails, say, let me take care of the stress for you. Let me do this for you. Like, speak to her where she is in her shoes. You know where she is. You've probably been there too. I've been there. I go through this every Christmas. But this is something where you can begin to talk to her and make it easy on her to buy from you. And when you go that extra mile, she's going to come back to you. And so those are two things you can do. Activate your customer base by doing word of mouth, incentivize them to talk for you, but also appreciate them and build those solid relationships where a one-time customer becomes a repeat customer. And then that base grows even more and more. All right. Great question. Okay. Success by design. I would love ideas on packaging my content and switching from online and phone classes to webinars and products. Okay, great. So one of the things you can do is just do some research on the basic platforms in order to do webinars. The other thing I would encourage you is pursue simple. You don't want to get really, I love how Amy Porterfield talks about this, like pursue simple, you can do fancy later. For you, if you want to switch to a webinar-based platform, then keep it really easy. If all of your customers are on Facebook or YouTube, then just use that platform. You don't have to do something super complicated with a login and a special code and all this stuff. If your customers are already on Facebook and already on YouTube. We're doing this on YouTube. That's where you are. It's easy for you. So I would find a way to do that where you're just doing the easiest access for you and your customer. And then when you do that, if that begins to work, you can look at more sophisticated platforms that may have more privacy, more functionality, recording features, that type of thing. So I would just do easy right now for you. All right, so let's see here. And I actually, when you say products, I'd love to have a follow-up to that, like what specific products do you have questions about? Okay, Kelsey, I have a video production company that helps small business growth. Is there any residual income I can receive for my video business? Yeah, Kelsey, you can. I mean, one of the things that I would encourage you to do is find ways to use those skills in video to create that residual income. So what types of videos could you record that you then continually sell? So maybe it's a class, maybe it like we talked about, maybe it's something where if you do all the production for a video, the something you build into the rights of selling it. And that would have to be a certain type of product because that's not really common. Typically, if you're paid to do a video, they get the full video, just like photos. If you're paid to do photos, they get all the photos, whoever the customer is. But you could even look at some type of something where maybe you do more than what's in the normal scope of a video project, and you're paid depending on how many views it has. Think about it this way. If you have a business and there are certain types of sites where, let's say, you're going to do email marketing. Okay, 0 to 500 is this price. 500 to 2,000 is this price, and so on. Maybe it's something where, depending on what the customer is, what industry they're in, depending on how many views it's going to get or how many uses it's going to have, you have a higher tier of pricing based on that. I don't know. So that's something where I would just figure out how to use your video skills and apply it to something that can continually bring money back in. All right, Happy Crossroads. Are there ways to make passive income outside of my business? For example, I have friends who promote products on social media who then receive money from that company. Can I do this? Yeah, absolutely. I've never done it. Again, you have to have a big platform. Like most likely the amount of money that you're going to get if you have 200 Facebook friends is not going to be very much from promoting a product. If you have friends that do it, I would ask them because I've actually never done that before. I know people that do it. For example, I'm blanking on her name. Shawn Johnson. Shawn Johnson was in my small group at church, and she has like a bazillion followers. She's an Olympic gold medalist, gymnast. Okay, so she promotes products all the time and gets paid all the time on this. Like she makes a lot of money from promoting products, but she also has a bazillion followers on Instagram, so she can do that. So the main thing you want to think through is what is your platform and what kind of money could you command for those eyeballs or those views? Because even if, let's say, for example, if you have, like I think my Facebook platform right now is like 40-something thousand likes, I think. If I post something, that doesn't mean 40-something thousand people see it. Between Facebook's algorithm, it's even much less than that. And then if people don't engage with it, it's even less than that. So the advertisers really care about who is seeing what you're pushing. If people aren't seeing it, then they're not going to pay you a lot of money. But if a lot of people are seeing it, certainly if it's turning into dollars, if they're having conversions there where you're able to drive traffic and sales for them, then they'll pay you some good money. But you've got to have the base to be able to command that kind of money. So I would just ask your friends if they're doing it, but that would be the first thing to keep in mind of platform usually depends on the dollars, or the dollars depend on the platform, sorry. All right. Okay, here we go. Charisse, I hope I said that right. Residual income would be very helpful for me to achieve my goal of offering free or inexpensive singing lessons for low-income children. Any other suggestions? Suggestions for type of income? Type of sources, I'm guessing, Charisse, is what you're asking for. For you, if it needs to be in your wheelhouse of singing, okay, something around singing, that would be something where, I don't know if it's things we've talked about, book or a class or something. Maybe it's something where you build a class for singing lessons on here are some common mistakes or something, if there's a way to package that and you sell it to a different market and that money funds singing lessons for low-income children. I'm not really sure about your business model here, Charisse. I'd love some more details to be able to kind of advise you a little bit better there. Okay. Miss Diaz, I want to know the best way to sell t-shirts. I have a design and I'm doing pre-orders now, but that has been to friends and family. $1 a t-shirt goes to local women's ministry. What you're doing is you're a product-based business selling t-shirts, so that's not really different from any other product-based business. You just need to identify your target market and you need to go after them. So what is on the t-shirt and who would want to buy it? And why would they want to buy it? I'll tell you this, they don't want to buy it because money goes to local women's ministry. They don't. And that's just me being totally honest with you. The idea of giving money back is now so normal that people are not going to buy because of that. Tom's shoes, people started buying Tom's shoes maybe because of the one-for-one idea. Now they buy them because they're cute shoes. And that's a bonus, but everyone has some method of giving back. I have to want your t-shirt for myself. Otherwise, I'm just going to give money directly to the charity. I don't need to buy a t-shirt from you that I don't want so that you'll give $1 to someone I don't know. I just give money to people that I do know. Does that make sense? So you still need a value proposition for your t-shirts here. I'd love to know what's on the t-shirt, who's it for, why do they want to buy it, identify your target market. If you have the Business Boutique book, there's a whole section in there on target market. And if you become an Academy member, there are video lessons specifically on identifying your value proposition, identifying your unique position, identifying your target market. We go deep dives on some of that stuff. And I'll tell you guys a little teaser. We've got some videos coming up on branding, on how to set yourself apart to reach your target market that are so good. We're interviewing an expert here in our building, and so they are going to be so good. So that'll help you too if you join the Academy, where it's a little bit deeper dive than I can go into in this flyby quick Q&A. All right, Janet, my question is a money goal enough of a why? If I want to make enough so my husband can quit his part-time job, does it need to be a deeper why in order to sustain me? I love this question. Janet, your why is so that your husband can quit your part-time job. Now, everything we want to do requires money. So if your why is to build wells in Africa, well, that requires money. If your why is for your husband to quit his part-time job, well, it requires money to do that. If your why is to run marathons, get back in shape, whatever, have more time with your kids, well, it requires money to do that. So see, money is always a result of your why. Your why is going to be something else that's not just like, I want a lot of money. Usually it's what that money represents. It's a value, it's a goal, it's a dream, it's a desire for the future. That's what drives you, or a difference you're going to make. That's what drives you. And then the natural result of you running towards that why is going to be the money part of it. So money is a tool, and money is the result of those things, and money's required for most things that you want to do. I'll tell you guys a quick story. I am on book tour, was traveling all over, and I went to this one particular television station. And I feel like you can have a variety of whys. I wrote about this in the book. You don't have to have just like one why. You can have a few things that you want to do. And I was in this one particular television station, and this woman was a producer, and you could tell she didn't love her job. She was just getting through the day-to-day. She's like, okay, come over here. Here's your microphone. You could just tell. Like, she was just showing up, just getting through the day. So I did my segment with the host, and the host was really nice. I was somewhere in Texas. And as I was leaving, Elizabeth, my publicist, and I always carry Business Boutique books so I can sign them and give them out just to people that are helping us with all of our different media and that type of thing. So I signed one for this woman that was a producer. So she's not on camera, just so you know. The host is who's on camera. The producer's the people with the headsets behind the scenes making it all happen. And so I signed one for this producer, and I handed it to her. And I said, here, I was like, you can have it if you want it, or you can give it to a friend. I just want to say thank you so much for helping us today. We had a great time being with you guys, etc. And she said, this was her face. She looked at the book and she said, thanks so much. She's like, maybe this will help me. She's like, I have this idea. There's this little boutique and I have this dream of like opening this shop over there. And y'all, she starts spilling over talking about her dream. Everything, I've got chills right now. Everything about her face changed. Like her eyes lit up and I thought, oh, that's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. That is what matters, is seeing people's face light up. Like the business boutique, making money, doing what you love. Yes, but that is such a perfect example of one of my personal whys, but also the whole team. It is seeing women set free to pursue their God-given gifts and passions. It's seeing their face light up when energy and life and hope is injected into them with just like that, like an idea, just a book in their hand that makes their whole face change. So you can have a variety of whys. You can have holy whys. You can have ministry whys, or you can have, my husband wants to quit his part-time job, and that is a wholly important why because it's yours. It reflects your heart and what matters to you. Certainly being able to provide for my family is a why. Being able to have my kids have a nice home. I have a lot of different things, but money's the tool and money's the result. Money's not the why. Great question though. And I went on a big soapbox, as y'all know I tend to do. I'm so sorry. Here, let's keep going. Okay. All right, here. Shakira Jose, 15. I bought your book. How can I find my why when I don't even know what my passion is? That's a great question. I'll tell you, you can start with one or the other. You can start with your why to identify your passion, or you can start with your passion and think of your why that goes with that. But I will tell you, if you don't have your idea of what your business is going to be, what your passion is, what you're going to do, there are a few things you can do to get started. I would encourage you to start with what you have. Your stuff, your skills, and your strengths. That's just a really easy entry point. So what things do you have around you that may give you an idea that could be your business idea? Do you have a swimming pool? Well, maybe you love to swim. Maybe you can teach swim lessons. Do you have a guitar? Do you love music? Could you teach music lessons? Do you have a sewing machine? Do you love to sew? Like things around you may give you that, light bulb moment of a business idea. You can also look at your skills, so your education and experience, and your strengths. So things you're naturally good at. Are you a naturally gifted singer? Maybe it's something there. Maybe you have a background in public relations and you could be a consultant for small businesses in public relations and getting media opportunities and opening doors and building relationships. But when you start with what you have, your stuff, your skills, and your strengths, it's a great baseline to get your best business idea. And then that will hopefully bring to light something you might be passionate about, something that would have a why attached to it. Like, you know what? I love this thing. But I'll tell you, if that doesn't happen overnight, that's okay. I did not think as a 6-year-old or a 16-year-old or a 26-year-old, my life's passion is to help women start businesses. No, I didn't know that. You know what I did instead? I paid attention to the themes in my life. I started with what I had. I paid attention to, wow, I have a background in business. Wow, I'm a certified business coach. Wow, I had a mom that started a business, and I've always naturally had a knack for business. I've had my own side businesses, and wow, I really love championing women. I have a heart for women. I relate to women really well. Like there are women that I'm friends with, or there are women that I've talked to, in groups or around the water cooler that are like, yeah, I just don't have any girlfriends. Like I relate to guys more. Like I've always like one of the guys, tomboy, those women, like they all do that. They're so proud of getting along with guys more, which is totally cool. That's not me. I've got like 47 best girlfriends. Like I love how Minnie Kaling talks about this. Like best friend is not a person, it's a tier. Like there's best friend and then like really best friend and like kind of best friend. And you're on the outskirts, there's frenemy. There's all kinds of different statuses of friendships. But the truth is, I've got a lot of girlfriends because I love connecting with women. So when you start to pay attention to these themes, okay, mom's a business owner and I've got a background in business and a degree in business and certified business coach. And man, there's a lot of women starting businesses right now, and Etsy and the U economy and the, side gig generation. Like you start to pay attention to themes and we begin to weave this all together. And now I'm doing something that's in my sweet spot. But the truth is, many people think that in the business boutique, I help people find their calling. And I've written and talked about this before, but I don't. The whole idea of calling is really overwhelming to me, to be honest. I don't even know if I'm in my calling. Here's what I know. I know that I'm doing something I'm good at that I really love. And that's what I want to help you do. I want to help you find something you're really good at that you really love to do. And if you start there, I think you'll find your why. I think you'll find your passion that will come to light when you pay attention to the themes of your life. And I hope that helps. All right. Got a question from J-Rock Wifey. I don't know if I said that right, but I love that name. That's awesome. If so, J-Rock Wifey, attacking debt and starting a business. Is this realistic? I wanted to start it to help our debt snowball. Yes, if you understand that the purpose of the business is to pay off the debt. Like, this is not going to be fun money. This is going to go towards your debt because that's your main goal. And you're not going to take money from savings or from the debt snowball to spend a lot of money to get this business off the ground. So in your position, you would want to build this business not only completely debt-free, like the business takes on no debt, of course, I always teach that, but you want to build the business to turn a profit as fast as possible. I don't want you to have some idea that's going to require $1,000 or $5,000 startup costs because you don't have that money to invest. That money needs to be going to debt. How can you build your business to create a profit from day one? You know, Melissa Hennett of Grace and Lace, she built the business where she never put a dime into her business. She took advance orders for her boot socks, and then from that money she received from the advance payment, used that money to build the socks, create the socks, and then shipped them to the customer and then reinvested back into the business. But she never put a dime of her own money. So you are the business owner, and you can get a little resourceful and a little scrappy and make it work. But the main thing is, I don't want you to justify spending a bunch of money over here on the side business or business because it's going to help pay for the debt snowball. It can help, but I want you to turn a profit from day one. I want you to build it so that you're not putting money of your own away from the debt into that. That is only going to turn a profit and then reinforce and pay off the debt. But that's a great question. And it's a great time to do it if you have the time to commit to it. Just like it'd be like you taking a pizza job. Dave teaches that all the time. Go deliver pizzas or mow grass to earn more extra money. Well, that's what you're doing. It's just through a business. So you just want to be smart about how you do it. Great question. All right. Lauren, I'm a speech therapist and I'm getting started with blogging and creating an online presence. Do you have any tips on getting started with ebooks and training videos? I would do a little research, especially on Amazon. I know that's like a super easy way to create an ebook. I would definitely tease the content through your blog. The fact that you have a blog and platform is awesome. So you'll tease the content, the demand. You'd want to make sure like whatever your ebook is going to be about or your training video is going to be about, you're going to write about those things in a smaller, shorter format to generate demand and excitement. Then when you come out of video, it's like, oh, now here's the great version, the video version, the class or the book version of what I've been talking to you guys about. And so that'll help generate the demand, shares, gauge interest, and teach you what people want to know about. So that's a great, if you have a blog and an online presence, that is going to be a lot easier for you to launch those things from. So that's a great question. Okay. Candace says, my business is a business-to-business of cabinetry design engineer. I basically do the back of the house for high-end cabinet. I do back of the house for high-end cabinet designers, ordering, project management, etc. How do I scale that? That's something where, Candace, you're going to have that would be a different angle on your business. So what you're doing is very unique. If your business is specifically handling these customers on a individual basis, then is there a way for you to apply, kind of like I was talking about earlier, is there a way for you to apply what you do, your skills and expertise, on a larger scale? And it may seem like it's ancillary, it may seem like it's kind of on the side, it's not in direct line with what you do, but it's still in your wheelhouse of expertise. So for example, ordering, project management, maybe you have some different thing that you teach or sell on project management, or on cabinetry. Maybe you teach classes on cabinetry or something. It may be an aspect of what you do, but not specifically what you do. You also may be able to do something where, let's say if you have a business that's a customer and they have frequent orders from you, you put them on you get a larger commitment from them. So instead of doing like, here's the one commitment and the one sale, one commitment, one sale, you say, okay, for the year, we're going to do X amount of projects for you and it's going to be this number. Now you're still doing the business obviously, but you've got a longer commitment from them. So you're not having to make the sale every single time. I don't know. That's something where what you're doing is pretty unique. It's not your typical home-based business of product directly that you're making or service directly. It's more project management, organizing that type of thing. So I would find an aspect of what you're doing and figure out a way to help people. And it may be a secondary target market. It may not be your direct target market you're working with now, but it's still in your wheelhouse and still will work. All right, guys, that is actually all the time that I have for you. It's almost 11 or almost 12:30 here Central Time, so I'm going to have to wrap up. But I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, for watching. This is something that I love to do. I love to hear your stories. I love to help you in your businesses. I love to be able to teach you how to make more money, doing what you love. And I'll tell you, of all the things that we've ever created in the Business Boutique, the thing that I am the most proud of is the Business Boutique Academy. This is something where if you do one thing to invest in yourself and your business, this is the thing. This is the thing you should do. It's $25 a month, which for most of you, like I said, is selling one product, and it's covered. And it's where we can get in the business together, and I can help you exactly where you are on a much deeper level and much longer level than even I could today in the webinar. And so, again, businessboutique.com/academy, or log into your community membership and you can upgrade to take advantage of this special offer. $10 off your first month or $30 off your first year, but be sure to use your code community tonight, because then you can join our session tomorrow where I'm going to do group coaching and walk with you and answer your specific questions in more detail. So thanks so much for joining in. I hope y'all have a great Monday and great week.